Yes, bad bitch, witch, bad bitch, Joan Jack.
Ugh, you are a snob and a half.
Like a boss, like a hot boss.
Welcome back to another episode of Fierce Chats. My name is Sasha, and if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. I do appreciate it. Okay, I do. All right. It's a lot of hard work. Anyways, y'all, we're going to go ahead and continue the conversation from the last episode. I just wanted to hop on and say what's up to my girlies and then have us get back into the topics, and I will see y'all in the next one. I grew up in a household with a dominant woman. Okay. And this isn't me trying to blame my childhood for anything, because now I'm an adult, so I'm responsible for things. However, I never truly thought about what it looked like to be soft, submissive. And I know, I feel like I've heard over and over again women say that they hate that phrase. And I want to know why. Let me know in the comments. Why do y'all not like this submission word? I don't think that it means that you're spineless, that you're weak. I think that it just means that you understand that the man that you chose, at least I think, I know in society now we've kind of like gone back and forth between gender roles and gender specifics. But I don't think that that makes any difference to a man naturally being somebody who is going to lead or who's going to find resolutions. I'm the type of person, my husband would be like, what you want to eat? I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know. Help me out. Where you want to go? I don't know. Help me out. And I think those are obviously small examples, because I can't contribute to those things. But it's just like, in order for him to do that, you have to be able to speak to him in his receiving language. And you also have to be able to submit to that direction. Am I not saying that right? Do y'all not like that? But anyway, I think that having a dominant woman in my household really impacted my vocabulary across all avenues. I had to relearn what I thought it meant to be a strong woman. Like, there was a point in time, and not too long ago, where I felt like I could not cry because that would display weakness, and I would look at other people and be like, if you are crying, you are weak. And I hate that, because that's just I'm a crier, okay? And now that I've connected with my emotions and things like that, girl, I'll cry. Give me a tissue. I'm gonna get the corner. I'm gonna put it right here in the corner of my eye. See that little tear? Not really. I dead ass be crying. Like, cry. Ask my girlfriends. If you get a voice memo from me and we're talking about something like kids, emotions, whatever it is, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna hear me crying. But anywho, I don't think I ever truly thought about what softness or submission meant until I met my husband. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I always say constantly, and we could talk about this in another episode, about my Mary Jane Chronicles, where when I met my husband, I was on my career shit, trying to climb the corporate ladder. And at the end of the day, I was like, I need a king to my queen. Which means, honey, you see me over here on this grind. You see me over here doing these things. I've got my own place. I've got my own car. Things that really should be a non-negotiable at the age of time. But I do think that, those are things that we like check for. Maybe. Girls, let me know. Now I'm 31. So I think at the time that I met my husband, I was around 25, 26. And I think at that time it was like, do you have a car? Do you have your own spot? And now at this point, if I was dating in my 30s, sweetie, I don't even want to discuss that. I really don't. Is your 401k diversified? That's what I want to talk about. What's your financial portfolio look like? Those would be things that I would want to talk about. So anywho, I feel like at the time, I had not come across a man who made me felt like he was a king to my queen. I remember literally my relationship that I was in prior to meeting my husband, that I call my mom and I was like, am I this hard to love? Because the relationship had come to an end. I ultimately felt like that was the decision. And if you know me, you know Sash, she used to block. She used to block in a second. So I blocked this young man and I was moving on. However, I was very, very hurt that I felt like, I had all these things together. Like I was saying, I was working on my corporate ladder climb. I had my own spot in Midtown. Was I living in Midtown? aka Gotham City. No, I was living in Buckhead, and I was living in Buckhead during the time of COVID, which became Gotham City, because there were some individuals there that should have not been there. And I'm just gonna call a spade, because when you move to a certain area, you are looking for a distinct type of crowd. Tell me I'm wrong. And so with COVID and the PPP loan, honey, Gotham City. Anywho, I'm getting off track. But anyways, I never felt like I met the king to my queen. And so therefore I never practiced ever being submissive. I was like, sweetie, I just need you to hug me, rub me, tell me I'm cute, tell me I'm beautiful, and call it a day. I do also have an active father. So that actively still is like, hey, beautiful, hey, daughter, you're so gorgeous, all these different things. So even those words for me don't really land in a way that's like, oh my gosh. But those were the things that I was looking for at the time. And I again think that I came across men who were like just emotional, didn't know how to process their emotions, and therefore it put me in a space of I'm gonna be, I guess what you would call dominant. I felt like I never interacted with a man who required me to be soft or submissive. And y'all could be like, I'm sorry, what? Because I see women, now discuss like on socials and things like that. And they'll be like, I can't wait to meet a man so I can step into my softness. Like, did y'all always know that? I never thought about that. And I never even thought, what I thought that even really meant. And I also feel like for me to step into my softness, it was going to be for the right person. If I ever thought about it, it was going to be for the right person. Just like men do. Men don't give everything to us. Okay? Until they find the one. So why are you over here being soft and submissive to every man that you meet? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying we are. But again, I don't feel like I came across too many men who could properly express their emotions and what was needed. When I met my man, he was like, this is what I have. This is what I can do. This is what I can't do. This is how you can talk to me. This is how you can't talk to me. And if you know me, I'm very loud. You know what I mean? I'm very expressive. You know what I mean? And I used to express myself in multiple ways that was never called out. Let's just call it that. And I feel like because of the fact that the men that I had interacted before had never been able to express themselves emotionally well, that I had defense mechanisms. That defense wall came up, and therefore I practiced that dominant woman and felt like that this was a space that I was going to be existing in. Operate in this dominant woman space and let this man, these interactions get the vibe that I'm the one, not the two. Can I say this is the best approach? Girl, I don't know, but too often I see women trying to repair men out of their trauma. And what you have to do in a relationship is pull up whole.
Yeah.
You have to pull up whole. You have to come to a relationship whole. Does that mean you're perfect? Does that mean that you don't have things where you might need to heal from and things like that? No, I don't think that means that. However, you do have to come to a relationship being whole. If not, you're in a space where brokenness and dominance is trying to exist, and it just simply will not work. Nothing works with brokenness. I don't think that's anything that you should be ashamed of. I don't think that that's anything that you should hide, but I do think that that is a personal journey that you have to filter through before you find yourself interacting in relationships. So Soulja Boy and this barista man, I don't know if they've got any relationships going on right now, but ladies, run, because these are broken people. If you're a whole person, you do not handle yourself in that way. Maybe I could be wrong. Y'all let me know. Okay? Y'all let me know. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe, we all have our moments, but I think that now that I'm in, certain spaces, and I'm not just talking about from a relationship, I'm just talking about from a place of being a whole person and taking accountability for my trauma and things that have directed me. Your childhood only gets you so far. Like the things that you have learned from when you were a child gets you so far. Then you you're an adult and you have to start making decisions of your own, and you have to start, depending on if you choose to have a union with someone, you have to, get the tools. How you get the tools is up to you. Your holy Biblia, the lady, a podcast, which at the end of the day, I am hearing people say like, oh, people are going to podcasts instead of going to their Bible. Look, it's cool to hear different opinions. I think that I enjoy having this type of dialogue with my followers, with my fierce girls, because I think that it's interesting to hear people's different perspectives, especially people who you may kind of put in a space of a pedestal, or you just see them on Instagram and you're not really able to get that personal interaction with them. But anywho, you can handle all of those things. You just got to handle that to a space to get you whole, so then you can come into a relationship. But ladies, trying to repair men who operate like barista and Soulja Boy, it's going to get you absolutely nowhere. I don't care what you're talking about in regards to, 90. Why you moving this to get that? I don't care. I really don't care. It's not going to help. It's not going to do anything. This is how we end up in situations of abuse and turmoil and treacherousness. And here on the Fierce Chat podcast, we are here to have casual, uncomfortable conversations, but we're here to ultimately find ways to live our dream life. And that's all you're going to hear from me, at least for now. We got to get into those Mary Jane Chronicles and what I mean when I was in that space, and what really led me to there, and where I was prior to, this perspective of just have it all type of thing. You know what I mean? And again, not to say that I'm not grateful for all that God has blessed me with, because I truly am. Thank you, Jesus. All right, let's hop into today's spotlight.
Black eyes, spaceship smile. Unapologetic when we pick up the line. We getting fucked up tonight.
Today's spotlight is actually Ouai's body cream. And let's open this up. Let's open it up. All right. Look at that body cream. Okay, anywho, so this Ouai body cream, this is their Saint Bart's body cream, so it does have that island type of scent, you know what I mean? And I feel like that is like a common scent for body creams. But hear me out. It's thick, it's luscious, a little bit goes a long way. I put a little bit of this on after I get out of the shower. It's the best time. Like after I get out of the shower, I put a little bit of perfume on, and then I put on some lotion. I put the perfume on first. Okay, let me know if I need to go backwards or whatever the case may be, because I've really been in my I want to smell good all day bag. And it's just, some of those people that you just come across and you're just like, oh my God, your skin, it smells so good. You smell so good. And I want to smell like that, okay? So yeah, I've been really working on that. But anywho, this body cream is a recent pickup. I did also pick up another body cream that we could talk about in another spotlight, but this is the one that I am trying out right now. And like I said, I really do appreciate that a little bit goes a long way. You massage it on your skin. It goes on buttery thick, like the back of the box does say, and it pretty much melts into a velvety finish. It does not have any sort of residue, any sort of sticky, you know what I mean? Just kind of like, you know what I mean? When you put on some lotions and some things sometimes and you just kind of feel sticky icky, it's not one of those things. And even if I don't put this on after I get out of the shower, I can put this on in the middle of the day and still have the same effect. But of course, this is something that I keep underneath my sink. It's not something I'm obviously traveling with. It's quite a large jar, not the largest jar, but it's quite a sizable jar. So anywho, head over to Sephora and try it out, baby. Okay, if you were looking for a body cream, try it out. I'm also, like I said, testing out another perfume body cream, because I just feel like my nana, she used to be like smelling so good, and she used to have body creams that were perfume scented, and I was like, I really don't be using those perfume scent lotions because I feel like they feel so thin, and I don't feel like they feel thick enough. So this was kind of like me stepping into that, and then I'm gonna try another one out, and I'll share that with you, baby. But anywho, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for listening. I hope you've made it to the end of the episode. And if you haven't, well, I guess we wouldn't be talking right now, so you wouldn't even hear me. Damn. But anyways, I have appreciated this time so much. While Fierce Chats is on location here in Vegas, let me know what y'all think. Do y'all like when we travel and still have time to do the podcast? I enjoy it, which is why I have my equipment. I've got my travel tripod here for my camera. I've got my regular mic and things that I would have from home, but it's actually something that I'm able to travel with. It's not too big. And I've got my headphones, and then I've got my my MacBook Air. You know, what's that 1, 2, 3, 5 pieces of equipment, and so it's not too bad. So let me know what you think. Other than that, make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and tell me what you think about this episode, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.